The last thing you want to think about when you lose a loved one is paying off their tax debt. Unfortunately, unless there's a relevant life insurance policy in place, their debt won't be written off because it's owed to the government. I'll talk you through the different stages of how to deal with it. Don't worry though, you won't be liable for the debt, you just have to know what to do. If you're the executor of the will or administrator, you'll have to work out exactly how much is owed. Contact HMRC. You'll need to have the deceased national insurance number. They might advise you to complete a self-assessment to get the exact figure owed. If the deceased ran a business, there are other factors to take into consideration like VAT, payroll taxes for employees, or corporation tax if they own the company. There may be someone who still works for the company who can help you out, or they'll know who to speak to if it's an accountant or solicitor. Once you have the outstanding figure, this is normally deducted from the estate. That's shares, cash, or maybe property the deceased has left in their will. Once the tax has been taken out of the equation, the rest is divided between those in line in the will. If there isn't enough money left behind to pay the tax, their estate becomes an insolvent estate. This is basically when the debts are bigger than the assets, meaning that money's owed to the creditors. Then, an insolvency administration order is required from the court before the estate can be dealt with. It may be worth calling the local council to see if there's an outstanding amount on council tax. Once you've been notified, there's a council tax reduction if less people are living there or if it's empty. If someone else was living at the property and there's an outstanding amount to pay, that person will be responsible for paying back the debt because they live there. The other half of that share could come from the estate to pay their contribution. Executors of the will can ask for council debts to be written off, and it's under their discretion. It's definitely worth an ask, but there's no guarantee. It can be quite a daunting process, so you may want to get advice or speak to a professional for help. There are various debt charities that you could speak to for help too, like Step Change or National Debt Line.